Hi there, it's Stephanie, and here's the part 2 of the evaluation series, and this is the second example that I wanted to show you of an evaluation, kind of a jazzier version of an evaluation question. This is very similar to the very first one that we did, in that it's a Likert scale that's being used, from strongly disagree over to strongly agree, and it's a single question that's being asked. Now, I've already built this in Quizmaker, and I've added some animation effects that you can't see here until I replay. I'm in preview, so I need to replay it for you. So let me just replay that, and you can see the effect that's created. So the bars come in, they come in from the top or from the bottom, they kind of alternate. The monitors then fade in, and then each one of the radio buttons flies in from the kind of the lower left corner of the screen. So let's exit out of preview, and that takes us back into form view, where I've typed in the question, I've entered in each one of the choices on the Likert scale. All I've done is just press the space bar to enter in a single space for each one of those choices. Again, like the previous screener, I want the flexibility to work with the label for that choice independent of the radio button, and that's why I'm doing that. So let's click over to slide view and see how I built this. So the first thing I did in slide view is I right-clicked on the slide and I filled the background with a solid white. And then I started to create the objects. The first object I created was a rectangle. I just simply went up to the insert menu, I chose the rectangle shape, filled it with black, put a shadow in. I inserted a text box for the Q and formatted that. I also formatted the font and the color for the actual question itself. And then I started working with objects that weren't here. So I ended up having to import, or I didn't have to, I actually could have built this object here in Quizmaker, but I already had it built in PowerPoint. So I just simply selected it in PowerPoint, I copied it, and then I pasted it directly into Quizmaker. And I repeated that for each one of the 5 bars. Now, I also did the same thing for the monitors, except I selected all 5 monitors in PowerPoint, copied those, and then pasted them all in as a single graphic. I then moved the radio buttons into the correct monitor and the correct position in that monitor. Now, once I was done that, I added the animation effects in. So the strongly disagree, the very first bar, that comes in from the bottom, flies in from the bottom. So I selected the object, went to animations, fly in fast from, oh sorry, this one's coming in from the top. And then this one is coming from the bottom. The next is from the top, then from the bottom, and then from the top. Once all the bars come in, or actually once the last bar comes in, then the monitor graphic fades up. So I just simply went to animations again, chose a fade in animation of fast. Once the monitors faded in, then each one of these buttons, the radio buttons, those also flew in. So I clicked the button, fly in fast from the left, and I repeated that animation effect for each one of the buttons. Now, if you look below into the timeline, you can see what I've done here. So picture 8 represents the monitors themselves. Picture 7 represents the very last bar. So that last bar is coming in, and just a few seconds after that last bar comes in, that's when the picture 8 comes in, the monitors come in. And then if we continue moving down here, we can see all the other elements that are coming in, all the other bars that are coming in. And then the actual buttons themselves, these radio buttons, that comes up in the pick a question, and you can see the timing of those as well. Now I can move that so they actually come in just a little later to ensure that all the monitors are in before the radio buttons appear. So I can just simply drag left and right for more precise positioning. And then again, if we do a quick preview on this, you can see the result. And it's quite simple to do, so we have a really nice graphical look and feel that was mimicked from somebody's PowerPoint that I really enjoyed because it's so colorful. And then very simple animation effects that really liven up an evaluation question.